Button. Okay, you got it?
Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
Lewis, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be back. Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. Did you want to get into something real quick before we get started with our main topic? Because,
let's start off with Project 20.
Gotcha.
All right. This is the first event. We were supposed to bring $20 to the table. 2020.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be 40, but it ended up being 20. So we came to a solution that we need to bring up the money and make up the difference next time.
Right.
All right. Hold on. Okay. The next time we did not do a slide, but Brandon said I believed him. He had his money. So on April the 21st, we should have had $80 right beside us.
Correct. Right.
All right. Now, today is a brand new show. Brandon, how much money you got on your side?
I got no. Hold on, let's see. 20, 40, 60, 80.
How you get $80, Brandon?
I missed the first one. The second one we were supposed to do, but I had it, but we didn't do it.
No, we still do it. Shit,
okay,
you know the rules and regulations.
You're right.
That was on this day.
That was that day. Right. And I think last Sunday we didn't do it. We didn't do it at all because we missed that Sunday. So that don't count, but I still put one to the side because we did a show on Monday.
No, Brent. Okay, see now here's the ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead.
We did a video. We got this on record. Every time we meet up to do a show on Sunday at 7:00, we bring $20.
But even if we don't do it, and because I still plan to put the money aside, and that's what I've been doing. Because we was going to do it on Sunday, but we didn't do it. We did a show on Monday, and I thought we were going to bring it up, but we ended up running out of time.
Oh, okay. So, do Brandon want to change the terms?
No, I don't want to change the terms, but I still put my money aside, and I don't bother it. So, how much? Because like I say, I'd rather just put the money aside because at the end we should have a certain amount, even if we forget to talk about it or not. That's how I kind of envision it.
Yeah, but every time we have a Sunday show, but if we don't have a Sunday show, we don't say no. We didn't come with the $20.
Okay, but tell me how do you do it during the week? Like, so now when this show is over and you know a show is coming up, do you go ahead and put the money aside? Because that's what I've been doing.
I say I dipped in it to buy some stuff yesterday. But stop. I didn't dip in our money. I didn't dip in me and your money.
But the money that you used to pull it, I pull. Okay.
So, I got $20 back there. So I have enough to cover the next show we have on a Sunday.
Okay.
So I know I go get paid this coming up Friday. I go check out probably $40. Then I know I have enough to cover at least 2 more episodes.
Okay, that makes
sense. So how
sense.
you want to do it, Brandon? Like people say I'm stubborn, won't change.
Well, first of all, who said you are stubborn? First of all,
personal. That's a personal relationship.
Okay, but do you agree with that? Do you agree that you're stubborn?
No, I do not agree. No,
I don't agree that you're stubborn either. I think you're the type of person you want to set stuff in stone and go by that. Is that a fair assessment of how you do stuff?
Yes, and that's why I'm coming to you now.
But listen,
how you want to okay.
But listen, am I the type of person? Because like I said, when we first started, I watched the video. I said, yeah, let's do that. But did I watch it in its entirety and make mental notes like I should have to know exactly how to do it? Because in my mind, I say, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have $20 digitally. That's how I thought about it, and that's what I said I'm gonna run with. So then we talked about it. We said we're gonna do cash. So I said, okay, well, every time we do a show, I'm gonna make sure I have my cash put up for that week.
See, every time he just said it himself. Yeah. Every time we do a show, I can have my cash. So if you don't do your show, you don't need no cash.
We did a show though, even though we did it on a different date. That's still, but you, like you say, you go by the book. You said on Sundays, but and I think we did a show on a Sunday, but we didn't even bring up the project because we just kind of forgot about it. So.
Correct. We did bring up the projects, but that does not mean the terms was still the same. Here's what happened on the slide. We didn't bring it up, but the terms were still the same. Past issues was unclear terms. Look at this, Brandon. I just type this up now, Brandon.
Right.
All right. Past issues was unclear terms. So, Brandon, do you want to what terms do you have right now for this project?
Just every week we put $20 down because we should be, but even if it's on a Sunday, whichever, I think we should just do $20 no matter what. Because
every week,
because we should be trying to save a $20 for our cause. That's how I kind of envision it, whether we do a show or not, whether you forget your money or not. Because, like you say, I forgot my money on the first week. So because I I was supposed to replace it, right? Because next week I was supposed to come with $40, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
That's why I got 80. Can you see? That's why I got 80 on here.
Right.
But see, we didn't talk about it. But hey, Brandon, every time a meeting happens, you should not have to discuss the contract every single time.
But does it hurt? No. If it's unclear, right? The terms are unclear to a party for whatever reason.
Yes, it's now is a reason, but then I don't. Brady, I think the evidence that it was clear.
It is clear, kinda. To you, it's clear, but like I say, to me, I'll hear something, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I got it.
And watch this. Here's my proof. I'm not stubborn. Brandon, do you want to save $20 a week? That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's how I bought the shit I bought Friday yesterday. Friday.
What's that?
No, I can't tell you what that. Can't buy that with cash.
Fair enough.
But ain't no problem. So, Brandon, how much money you got over there now?
I got $80.
All right. Why? I said how many? I had an episode in reserve, right?
Yes. But before
I want the thing to fall off. Hold
on. Go ahead. But are you okay with that? I got you.
Hold it up, Brad. Where's yours at?
It's right here.
Okay. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 20s?
4 20s.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, you're okay with that. Even though I've changed the terms and you're a little stubborn. You're a stubborn old man.
Yeah. I'm okay.
And impatient. You're impatient.
Well, I could be sometimes if you act stupid.
But no, like I said. But I think that's the good part of like working together. I think you've worked with people in the past. Like as a manager, you have to work with different people doing different things, and not everybody works the same, right? So you have to adjust depending on who you're working with.
That is correct. I rather work with Brandon's understanding. And agree to that. Now, if Brandon come next week and change it, we got a big problem.
How would I change it next week?
No,
I think we almost crystal clear.
No, this is a business lesson for people, Brandon. You may think this is a game.
It's not, but isn't this how real life goes?
Yeah.
You talk to somebody, like, yeah, I got it. You talk to somebody, yeah, I got it. Then next thing you know, you show up. That's what you said. That's how you meant it. Oh, okay. Things get lost in translation. So, like, we don't have anything written down. It's a video I could go watch, right? If I wanted more clarity. But have I checked it out? I started to, but I was like, nah, I got it now. I think we're on the same page now. But now we're
on the same page. See, what I just did with Brandon, I just put Brandon got a trap set on him. So right now, a self-made trap. if Brandon come next week with some damn bullshit, I said, Brandon, we follow your idea. This is your thing. This is your plan you pick.
Correct. Did I modify it?
Watch this. On what day? On May the 5th. This is your plan you pick. You know, right. So are we? You change your own plan? That's the one I set in the trap for. That's what I said. Oh yeah, I go with your plan. Yeah. That's
so
what you
on
do.
Cinco de Mayo, happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way.
Uh-huh.
We crystal clear now. But I'm glad we're doing this project. It's funny, you know. Are you ever, like I say, I think you're more disciplined. You're not forgetful when it comes to certain stuff Brandon, like that. But
I'm a sucker for food, snap cakes, potato chips. I'm undisciplined when it comes to that aspect.
Okay, but what about if you say something 9 times out of 10, you're gonna do it?
Like I said before, that's why I don't say nothing. You know, I don't say anything at all. There you go.
All right. That's a good point. So you think some men, when they don't say they're gonna do this and that or X and Y, XYZ, because they don't want to let somebody down, they don't want to do things or put expectations out there they're not gonna be able to achieve.
It's called a loud mouth, Brandon. I don't want to be a loud mouth. All right.
I got you.
You hear that a lot of people flapping their gums, pumping your chops. You know,
I know
that's loud. Exactly. That's loud mouth.
Well, speaking of loud mouths, you know, there's been some beef going on. I tried to call you, but you were at work, you were busy, so we couldn't talk how we wanted to talk, right?
Uh-huh.
Because these two artists are going back and forth. I think the last time we left off, was it just like that, or did Drake drop his song? Did Drake drop his push-up song? I think he did.
Okay, he did it. He did the push-ups. Mm-hmm. And this week, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, Kendrick dropped Euphoria.
Yeah, Euphoria.
Mm-hmm. And then Drake dropped Family Matters. No, yep. He dropped Euphoria. Then he said he's coming back with something. Then he dropped another one, Not You.
Yeah, it was 6. Well, he dropped 6/16 in LA, Compton, or something like that. Yeah, one of those places. But we'll get into it. But I want to ask you, like when we left off, were you thinking Kendrick was going to come back at the push-ups? Because we can kind of jump the push-ups, because I got some of the notable stuff from push-ups on there.
Well, hell, Drake, you said, do you think I could come back? You want me to answer the question?
Yeah, go ahead. You know, I love to do that. I ask you a question and I keep going.
Me and Brandon talked about Kendrick Lamar a few months ago. Mm-hmm. I said, only thing's wrong with Kendrick Lamar, he don't come out with music. Somehow we was comparing him and Drake. They must heard our podcast,
right?
And it had Drake and Kendrick Lamar in it. Mm-hmm. And I said, Drake is a great artist. Yeah. He makes pop music, analytics, and I will put him over Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar don't come out with enough projects.
Yeah. And I think that's what we were saying. I think if we pick J. Cole, Kendrick, or Drake, we would pick Drake, right? He's probably the more commercial overall artist. He gives you enough music, it's good quality, and he can rap.
Yes, his whole team can rap.
Right. And I think Drake was feeling very confident as soon as he dropped push-ups, because he was dissing, you know, a lot of people was dissing Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, Future, a bunch of people. There's some notable stuff. He said, Metro, shut your ass up and make some drums. He said, you know, he was telling Kendrick he was sure. He said to even have this talk with you, I got to hike down, you know. And one of the things he said was, I be with some bodyguards like Whitney, and Whitney is Kendrick Lamar's fiance. So last time when he was in the beef, he said Pusha T's fiance's name. So I guess maybe that was the real reason, because Kendrick kind of alluded to that was the real reason he kind of took it to the next level. But when he did do that, when Drake had this song, I think he was feeling good. And it's a weird line. What do you think about this line that he said in Push Up? I just got them done. Boy, don't make me chip a nail. You know how Drake is with them nails. Do you think that's a good diss line to have in a song?
That means he may have some fruit booties right for him in the studio.
And I'm glad you said that too, because I put up on
Turco O'Neill's he talking about. Yeah.
right. And I put this on the side closer to Drake. He said, I was trying to keep it PG, and you see under the bottom it says written by Aubrey Graham and 2 other people. So even in the iTunes or the Apple Music thing, they'll show you that it was not just Drake recording this song. So that's just something interesting, in retrospect. And he did do Tailor Made too. I don't necessarily want to play it because it was an okay song. He had Snoop on there and Tupac. It was fine. They ended up shutting it down. We don't necessarily have to play it. Was anything from this song that you took from it? Because it was it was all right for me. Like
with Drake, when I seen for Drake 2 years ago was greatly distaste for AI,
right?
Using his voice because he want to get all the money. But 2 years later, this man said he hate this technology, but end up using the technology for this.
When he didn't have to, he could just rap as himself if he wanted to, but he wanted to use the technology. Was one person that's deceased, and then another person that's on the West Coast with Kendrick. So it's just kind of weird.
Some people may say nuclear weapons should be banned, but at the same time, they got a whole garage full of them. Keep going.
Right. That's a good point.
Next one.
That's a good point. So then, Drake did that, but then, like we say, Kendrick Lamar dropped Euphoria. And I put a bunch of different quotes on here that kind of stuck out to me. Is anything that kind of, you took from it? Did you think when he dropped this song, he was in the lead maybe?
When Kendrick Lamar dropped this song, I felt like resurrection.
Okay.
My thoughts from 2010 was coming through fruition.
Right.
And he was talking about the multi-character code switch.
Yeah.
Hebrew baby daddy mama man.
Right. Because I think that's an important thing, because I think a lot of people were saying like he's calling Drake light skin. He wasn't calling Drake light skin, was he? He would, but that's what people were trying to say, and that's not what I took from it.
He's calling Drake a white man, which he is.
Right. And something that I learned, if your mother is Jewish, they was in their culture, that means you're Jewish. So
Brandon, we discussed this several years ago.
We did. And
I always say who your mama is.
Correct.
Why do you think I say that, Brandon?
That's what they go by. But at the time when we talked about this, what was like 2 years ago, I never really saw that as that. But I think Drake did, definitely, because not only that, his father didn't grow up in his life, so all he knows is his mother, and all he know is that lifestyle. And you sent me a video. He said he had a bar mitzvah at an Italian restaurant, and all the things that a Jewish young man went through, he experienced.
Doing a dance. I ain't never seen a black person.
I don't think I can do it.
do that style of rhythm dancing.
Correct.
It's zero. That's zero black influence right there.
Correct.
You know the dance I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to do too much, but
look up him and Avar Mensa doing the dance, and you'll see it's like the gummy mixed with the robot back in the day.
That's funny. But some of the lines that Kendrick said is, he said, "I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like when Drake when he act tough."
Facts, me too.
Right. And what I think everybody feels the same way, and I think we all know that that's not who Drake is, but somehow he's been pushed into this, or he's leaning into this tough guy when he may not be there, or he doesn't need to be there, but somehow he is.
What the man say? Well, I'm with Drake. I got a lot of Drakes. Huh?
Yeah.
The Chicago rapper?
Yeah.
I know they ain't right, because any guy who want tuna fish and bagels ain't
right.
ain't living like that.
But if you're trying to take on a culture and profit off of it, and people are letting you in, yeah, you can do that. He also said, "When I see you stand by Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches."
And the crazy thing about that line, it was off beat. So you definitely heard it. It was
Okay.
off beat.
You saying it was off beat how he was rapping it? He wasn't rapping to the beat. He
No,
was just kind of
two bad bitches don't mind with nothing.
Oh, don't rap.
That's why
I
it
got
stands
you.
out a lot.
I got you. I got
man,
you.
you may be right. You know,
I
he
got
like, he never been around them hoochie mamas before. And
Correct.
so
And
he
he
got
also
around that smart hoochie mama who putting on for y'all. She got glasses on, so she ain't dumb.
right.
Uh,
So she putting on in a way too, or taking it over exaggerating.
Yes, Brandon. She got glasses. You know, you saw the glasses on.
So what is
and then you catch her talking regular in her baritone voice. She's fine.
She's a character too. Yeah.
Words pronunciate this fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And another
give me $10 million. I may put some tattoos under my eyebrows.
So, but would you do that? I mean, can you understand why Drake is doing what he's doing, or Sexy Red is doing what she's doing?
Well, Drake is doing what he's doing because he went reading that Willie Lynch syndrome. Put the black man, put the dark man against the light man. Put the tall Drake against the short man, Kendrick Lamar. You know, put the that's what he's doing. They practicing Willie Lynch, and we reading up it and we buying up into it.
Yeah. But and that's one of the reasons I wasn't really too enthused with the push-up disc, because he was just calling them short. I think he said he wear a size 7. Like, is that a clever disc? Like, can Drake be more creative than that?
Drake got to keep it PG, man.
But why? Because he's commercial.
Yeah, this thing need a pop on the radio. This may be a hit.
You're right. But if you're in a beef, like, you can do that with Meek Mill. But I think when you have somebody who's artistic like Kendrick Lamar is, who may be able to out rap you, you got to be careful, because he is out rapping him, and he's being clever. Like, he was even talking about his son. He's talking about teaching him morals, integrity, discipline. Listen, man, you don't know nothing about that. Just kind of claiming that he's raising his son a different way than Drake's raising his son. Maybe he is, maybe he's not, but he's putting that in the rap in a certain way, where it's used as leverage and building his case against Drake. He said, "You a rap artist, you a scam artist with hopes of being accepted." I think, yeah, and like I said, I think some of this stuff, the way he says it, it makes it ring true, and it's like
just like K Dot.
Yeah, but
he's read that line again.
You're not he said you're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted.
That applies to him too.
Yeah, but you have to be able to use it in a way that it makes people believe that's what your opponent is doing.
Brandon,
what?
You in a fight for your life. They close the door. You in the bathroom. Kendrick Lamar is in there, 5'5".
Right. Okay.
And how tall are you?
6'4".
Who could walk out the door?
I am. But do you think when we get in there, I'm gonna go light on them? I'm gonna go light on them in the beginning, or I'm
no. I said you fight for your life, so you gotta go all the way.
Yeah, you gotta go all the way.
The stuff Kendrick Lamar talk about, they probably did some stuff, but come on now. Well, how many years ago? How many decades ago you talking about?
Right, it's been a long time. But like I said, that was a good diss. I think he kind of ended it with something clever. He said, "We hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women." I thought that was a good line.
That's
and
fact.
He said, "You're right."
Any woman with a BBW is trying to cover up a penis. Any woman with a BBW is trying to cover up a penis.
What do you mean? You mean because BBW is what? Beautiful black woman. You mean a BBL?
No, BBL. Oh, excuse me. Any woman who with a BBL is trying to cover up a penis. I can say it again.
Go
Any
ahead.
woman with a BBL is trying to cover up the penis.
Why is that?
Because the penis represents masculine energy, so you gotta go above and over the top with some feminine shit.
Okay.
To try to cover, to put it on top of the masculine energy, but
okay,
feminine women,
yeah,
don't look like that.
You're right.
You got to look. Oh, she look like a woman, but you get close, you see that penis sticking out behind the leg.
I get you. Fair enough. But what do you think about this? He said we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. And
we don't. But Jewish man.
Yeah, there you go. But that's what I heard from what he was saying. He wasn't saying I don't want to hear you say it because you're light skinned. He's saying I don't want to hear you saying it because you may be with a different community. Even though you're with us, you in the videos, you kind of being a culture vulture of some sorts, but you might have your best interests with another group. I think just real quick to say, I think Drake spoke out about what's going on in Gaza, but he's been silent on some of the stuff that happened to Black Americans in this country. Why is that? Because he's with another group, right?
Man, fuck Drake. I don't give a fuck why is that. I don't give a fuck. He can say it. Oh, with Baza, nigga, you do the same thing. You know.
And like I said, that's
reaching hand, reaching hand, big pulling. Man, you ain't pulling nobody up.
But people think just because we have this opinion or we feel this way about Drake, oh, you must not like Drake. You must be hating Drake because he's a black man, right? He's black. His dad's black, right? So he's black.
First of all, Brandon, don't get this confused. Your color don't means I don't like. I like everybody, white, black, brown, whatever.
Yeah.
Hate because he hate because this. No, it ain't hate. I don't hate on based on race. I just speak the history and what's happening currently.
Right. And what group you align with. Well, let me go ahead and go to, like I said, that was a good diss from what's called. And then he did the 616 in LA, like you said. Won't necessarily have to play it. It was a good song. It sounded good. He had just dropped one song. He dropped another one.
Yep. That's back to back.
Right. So then Drake decided to get, he said, I'm gonna take the gloves off a little bit. I'm gonna get a little messy. I'm gonna drop Family Matters. Did you hear the song? Of course you did. But what did you think? I
hold it twice. Go over the words because I don't be listening, man. Because it started. I'm buying into the Willie Lynch prophet. The more we talk about this, the more we getting used.
You're right.
Used by these people.
You're right. Well, one of the lines he said, you proposed in 2015, but you don't want to make her your actual wife. I guess that wedding ain't happening right. Because we know the girls that you actually like.
Drake, I proposed a long time ago, so shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? What you doing?
Right, there you go. That's how
you doing. You in the bathroom squirting hot sauce in the condoms. Who you sleeping with? You gotta do all that. No, he said he did it.
Okay, well, I can't remember if he said he did it or not. But why would you sleeping with? Correct.
And you're the one getting the machine, maybe trying to put abs in your damn stuff and hitting the gym, probably on steroids too, because you can't get those muscle tones that quick. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, Drake.
Disappear for a couple of weeks and come back with a 6-pack. And he was talking about the van from Good Kid, Mad City. I think in the video he crushed the van and just doing little antics like that. And I think Drake kind of wanted to do the memes and all that kind of stuff in this rap battle, and it kind of didn't work. But I'm gonna go over some of the other stuff. He said you hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. He said you moved to New York. Is it because you live in a natural life?
Drake, when that girl put that hot sauce in her for JJ, what you call that? That's booby trap. That's illegal. She could have sued you.
Right, she could have. And Drake has had some sexual assault settlements, in the past. I think he was alleged to force somebody to do something, and they were going to go to trial, but they ended up settling out of court for I think $350,000.
Must try to force somebody to get a cup of water or something. They ain't enough. Okay, what else? What else you got on here?
Well, I thought this was kind of weird too. He said, "You're right about the F the big three. It's only Big D, and there's video proof of that because he's alleging to him, I guess leaking that video of himself his private area. Isn't that a weird thing to kind of?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to hear no more about these
right, but
two.
I'm just breaking it down, but it's showing you what.
Go something else, brother. I don't want to talk about. I don't know what you're talking
we
about.
don't have to, but that's just something that he did and that he's rapping about. He said, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone hand him a Grammy. Doesn't that sound a little?
That's called marginalizing. You try to. Because I think Drake got Grammys too, ain't it? Right?
He does. They
both got Grammys.
Right.
Now, like Kendrick Lamar said, he make music to electrify him, and Drake make music to pacify him.
Right.
And both of them receive a Grammy, making the same music. So it is what it is.
Right. And I thought this was kind of interesting too. He said, me and Savage, we had the hose dripping wet at the shows. Almost had to swim to it. Why do you think Drake would be bragging about this? He's our age. Of course, I mean, like, you think it's women that he can't have if he like
Drake didn't write that rhyme, Brandon. What you talking about?
So Drake didn't write that.
Read it again, Brandon.
Me and Savage had the hose dripping wet at the show.
We got them hoes dripping wet. You think Drake
that don't even sound like Drake. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
We had to switch them hose. Man, come on. That's about for the
That don't sound like no Canadian. That's a Canadian bar. It sounds like no. And he also had another short joke.
No. What you mean? What? You said they ain't Canadian bars.
That's what I'm saying. That don't sound like nothing the Toronto native movies or
down
Joyful Man. Yeah, that's the down south.
Yeah, we swimming. You didn't write that.
And this sounds like Drake. Those bars go over Kenny's head, no matter what I say, because he's short. You get it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got you. That's him. You're right. That's him.
Right. So,
that's him.
But he's still playing. It's like he's not taking the beef serious, but he's trying to be kind of serious. And I'm trying to think. I put some
Brandon,
on
these guys is trying to make $5 million off the dumbs and the fakers.
I got you.
Black individuals. But this ain't no real beef. This is butterscotch to all these people.
Yeah, I don't think this is a real beef, but I think since Drake is in it, he has a chance of losing it. And does that really matter? No, but I think if you're full of yourself and you think you're the greatest, I think that's going to hurt your ego a little bit. He did have one kind of clever line. He said, "You think you Bishop and Juice?" Saying that's what K Dot is. He trying to be aggressive. And then at the end of the song, he was like, "I'm going on vacation now. Hope next time y'all plan it right." So he dropped this song. He was like, "I'm going on vacation. I've won. This is it. I've won." And I heard
how many hours later? What happened?
It might have been. It's less than an hour later. Kendrick dropped his diss song.
Now see if it's less than an hour later. So
I think it was. But go ahead.
So that
means it was the same night. I think it was around 12 midnight, and then a couple hours later, possibly Meet the Grand. Because I was asleep. I'm grown. I'm 37. I was asleep. I woke up about 5 a.m. and I saw both of them out. So
most of the stuff was written days before.
Correct.
And then what he's probably done took things what he rapped about. Your screen is frozen. What he rapped about and inserted to make it like it's whole fresh.
Correct.
But
I can't believe my camera don't want to do this now. But go ahead. I'll switch it and then I'll try to power the other one on. But
all right.
What did you think about this song? Because it was disrespectful too, right?
Like, ain't like the song he had.
So you like the other song, Euphoria? I think that's a better song. That's a better diss song. It had some. I don't know. It just had more clever. It was a good song and it had good diss to it. But I think this one took it to a different level because he was talking to his son, he was talking to his dad, his mom, and an alleged daughter. Right. So I think I'm gonna start off with somebody. He said, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that this man is your father. Let's be honest." That's a pretty clever way to start off a diss song. Talking to somebody's son. Saying, "I'm sorry that this man is your father." No, you don't think so? When I heard that, I was like, man, this is getting different.
Nah, yeah, it's different, like some Shakespeare bullshit.
Okay,
That's
so
what.
you didn't necessarily like that too much. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because now see, like Brandon, like I said, Brandon,
But
these
he's
boys doing
artistic.
poetry.
Yeah, for sure.
But
For sure.
he's an
For
artist.
sure.
You keep saying artistic, so he's on a different level.
Not autistic, but he's artistic. He's artful. He's doing things in an artsy way. I would say that. And somebody that's been in theater like yourself, you should appreciate it, right? You did some Shakespeare plays,
Now,
right?
see the difference. No, see the difference
Well, go ahead.
between me and K Dot and all these other people. I could be creative in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
They have to think weeks and weeks and the months.
Okay.
to be a slightly better creative.
Correct. But was there anything that kind of stood out to you? He said, you're trying to destroy families rather than taking care of your own. What did he say? You're a body shamer. You're gonna hide the baby mamas, ain't you? I was trying to think. It was one thing he kind of addressed on the other song. Drake was saying, talking to Kendrick, he was saying, "You trying to free the slaves." And when I heard that, I was telling my wife, I said, "Well, why would he say it that way? Like he's not a slave himself. Like he doesn't align himself with us. You know what I'm saying? He's saying you trying to free the slaves, like he's not black. You know what I'm saying?" And I think Kendrick he flipped that on him. I'm trying to see if I can find it, but it's got to be on here somewhere.
To me, around this time, I started gaining dislike from Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Both. Okay, well, explain why.
Because, like I said earlier, I feel like it's the Willie Niche thing is coming in, and somebody's getting paid by pitching.
Hate? That's the hate each other.
No, this black person against this black person.
Okay.
Great deception and friction between a group. So I start greatly disliking both of these gentlemen now.
Okay. So what? But if you were Kendrick, would you have just stopped? What would you stop rapping at that? You after Euphoria, would you stop and let Drake kind of get the win and finish you off?
It's different since we got to corral the jungleman. You may have to act like a jungleman to corral them, and since that's your base,
I got you.
But in all actuality, sometimes you just stop.
Okay.
The chatter's gonna happen. Oh, you lost. He was better. But that's just those people's opinions.
But what about J. Cole? Because J. Cole, he did a similar thing, kind of. He bowed out very quickly, though. Do you think it's along the lines of the same thing, or it's different?
The problem is right here. See, J. Cole, I'm about to say shit that may be right. J. Cole and Drake, that black side made them weak.
Okay. Weak how though? Weak-minded, to be short-sighted. Well, how so?
It made them soft. It made them more like Jesus, soft,
forgiving,
loving, forgiving. So they could get in, but they can't get in like they want to get in. Because the black side be like, I can't. I go hit you a little bit, but I ain't gonna hit you too hard. You know, and that's what they doing. See, they needed both of them to be 100% white to completely take them out. And that was made up.
Right. And like I say, some of this stuff could possibly be made up, but like you say, both of these guys are attacking each other. So, and it's our culture. Like, I know you don't like to be associated with this hip hop culture, but this is still what we do with people who have the same skin color as you, right?
Yep, and I was listening to a guy on YouTube today about how Nigeria is created by Great Britain.
Okay.
But within Nigeria, you had different tribes. But when people with Nigerians come over here, they be like, I'm Nigerian. But Nigerian is something created by a colonizer.
Right. It's made up.
You still go by your tribe, and your tribe still will fight other tribes within Nigeria.
And it's all somebody else's plan. It's somebody else's plan to do that. So I guess that's how you see this battle at this point.
Yeah, it's a bigger hand. It may be done by both sides to capitalize on the push to get their name back up high. Because these guys are closer to 40 than they are 25.
Correct.
So,
but they're kind of going to war like they're young, like they're hungry, like they really want to hurt each other. But it's for what? Like, you know, at the end of this, what are we going to gain? What is going to be accomplished? I think people they don't like Drake, and one of the things
no, a lot of people do like Drake.
A lot of people do like Drake. Yeah, for the public does, but I think a lot of rappers that have worked with Drake and felt slighted, I guess, because things didn't go the way they wanted to with Drake.
Why you like a plantation owner, brother?
Mm-hmm. So do you think that's what it is? Because when you don't want to be taken advantage of, you want somebody to come in and be partners and see you as an equal and be able to work and build with you.
Cartelizationists don't create partners.
They don't.
They create labor for other people. So Rick Ross was labor.
Right.
Who else? 2 Chainz, labor. Yeah. The baby helped you get your Lego up, labor.
Right. And that's what he said in this song. You want to read some of the things he was saying about the rappers? Go ahead.
Watch this. He even stressed out to Soulja Boy back in the day.
Right.
Labor. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right. To keep him afloat, keep him in those certain pockets, to him be able to be in the strip club now, because he linked up with Future, and that's what he said. He linked up with 21 Savage. He's taking on your base, and you're so excited to be around him, the colonizer, because you kind of look up to him in a certain way, right? You think he's greater than you are, so you're like, come on, yeah, we'll accept you. We'll bring you to my hood. You can hang out with us. You can have the street cred that you need.
I said, bring it to my hood.
That's not what 21 Savage said. Even though he's from a different country, yeah.
Hood.
He said that's what
come to your house on the street.
And that's kind of what happened. And
if it's your hood, why the boys pulling you over and shoot you? Your brother get killed. If it's your hood, the savage.
Right.
In your hood, you're supposed to get walked down.
Right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But I ain't saying it. But in my hood, you ain't no hood, nigga. That's a street anybody could go on.
That you don't own.
Yeah.
But Kendrick told Dre, he said, you're not a colleague, you're a effing colonizer. And a lot of people don't know what that is. But like I say, that's somebody who's coming in, making you do the work, and they're profiting more off of your work than you are.
Brandon,
what?
Carver was made by the colonizer. He paid money to support that colonizer.
Okay,
his drink in his hand, colonizer. that those lights, that electricity, ain't no black people put no factory together.
Okay,
colonizer. His shirt, colonizer. That painting in the background, Iron Man, made by a colonizer. You live in a colonizer world, Brandon.
I do. So what, should we just accept it and just get used?
No, you should make a niche in your way.
Yeah. Or help build with your people.
Yeah, you have groups in America that don't rely on the colonizer way of life.
Yeah.
But they still pay them taxes on them land, because that's the law of the land.
You're right.
But they may not do all that other stuff.
Yeah. And so when this song dropped, you've had enough. You've heard enough from Kendrick. Kendrick proved himself enough with Euphoria to you. And like I said, that's when I called you. You was saying he's saying basically what we were saying back in that old video, right?
Yes. Now is this commercial. And it's people just getting money on money off of this. You gotta remember that means they hiding something for black people. Right now, black people focus on Kendrick Lamar and big booty bitches. Somebody in the back room planning.
What are they planning? What's next?
Oh, you know they planning. They coming to Chicago. Shout out to Timothy. They're coming to New York. Shout out to my boys in New York, Florida, South Carolina. They coming to take over your jobs. What jobs they gonna take over? Wendy's, Mickey D's.
And how are they gonna take over the job? How are they gonna take over the job?
You can't come to work and you don't focus on smoking that weed, drinking that beer. They got fully grown Latino women working at the fast food area.
You're right. You're right.
Come to work on time all the time. You come in there, you got to talk English, but everything is in Spanish in the back. You know,
right?
And
have you been to McDonald's lately? Like you don't even have to talk to anybody to order. You could go to a kiosk usually, depending on what McDonald's you go to.
And I don't use them. I don't use that shit. I don't use them.
Okay, but
self-checkout at Walmart, I'm forced to use them.
Why you say forced? So you rather go to a aisle? I mean, a checkout line with a real person?
Brandon, they got the person 70 years old ringing people up. Only 2 hours open. How many hours they have? 15 to 20.
No, yeah, you're right. It's a bunch.
2 of them open. Because Walmart said they cannot afford to put people to get people out the store quicker and make the whole experience cheaper. Because that's what they do. You waiting in line, you start doing this. Let me get some Raisinets. Let me get a Snicker bar. Let me get a Monster. You see that?
Yeah.
That's what they want you to do.
Right. But has your Walmart started switching over? Because now they get more self-checkout. Like it's less lanes and more of the self-checkout stuff.
Like I said for pre-release, all my information is based on real life. So there's a Brendan question. Yes, the statement that I made before is my Walmart in my zip code.
But you know, sooner or later they're gonna phase out more and more people. So it's not gonna be anybody at the checkout. It's just gonna be computerized.
Brandon, ain't nobody at the checkout now. They in the aisle.
They watching. They're watching.
No. They in the aisles loading them baskets up.
Right.
They ain't stocking. Yeah, they doing online stuff now.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's a reaction to COVID because you know they were like, well, this kind of you think that works out better for Walmart? They have less people in the store.
It's not a reaction to COVID, Brandon.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Amazon been doing this for 13, 14, 15 years. Brandon was laughing. Ha 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 ha. Robots in a factory. Ha 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 ha. Amazon been doing this for 16 years. So
why didn't Walmart ever start it? They were scared or they were waiting for it?
They about 10 years behind. That's why they Plus service. How long Amazon had Amazon Prime, Brandon?
I'm not sure how long.
A long time, right?
Yeah.
How long did they buy Whole's Food? How long that was ago?
I think it was when I was living in Charlotte, so it had to be at least about 10 years, probably about 10 years.
All right. So they got products and Whole Foods can be delivered to your house. Walmart said 2 years ago, let me start Walmart Plus, and we can do the same thing Amazon doing, but we go integrate it into Walmart.
But you got to remember, Walmart used to be 24 hours. People used to love to go shopping in Walmart. But they had to wait for a way to get people outside of Walmart, then kind of ingratiate this. Let's do curbside pickup. Let's let our workers shop for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And we'll have less people in the store, less stealing, less confusion, less people on the clock. Let's let the robots work the hours for free.
Well, I'm going to debunk Brandon's statement.
Go ahead.
Walmart, at stores that meets the demand, they still have 24 hours.
Okay. So are yours 24 hours?
No.
I missed that. I missed that. But don't.
It's long hours, but it's not 24.
Yeah.
But it don't got the demand.
Yeah, but they were doing it though. It's kind of like, you know, we used to do something
money.
And it's like we don't even have to do that anymore. Let's close. Go ahead.
Brandon said somebody go steal at 12 o'clock at night. I beg to differ.
Okay, go ahead.
Because 12 o'clock at night, you could be the only person in there. The camera gonna be right on you.
I wouldn't say that, but like, you know, they would have their hours when people would steal more. You know, it would be at 2 a.m. in the morning because you'd be at all the one shop rolling around with a TV trying to push it out the store. They already on you. So that I do agree with that. But I think people were still stealing at a higher rate when it was 24 hours, just because they would have more. They would have more people. It was lax. They couldn't cover all those times security wise.
I think the thieves ain't stealing at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thieves are not stealing at Walmart at those hours, Brandon.
Not in a high rate, but they are, just because they know the thieves know it's going to be somebody trying to stop me when people don't really want to do it. You just have to chase me. They'll be able to get it out. They'll be on camera. You know, nobody's really going to stop me at 2 a.m. in the morning. They may try to. Go ahead.
I need to bring up the video we had when the thieves started stealing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that video, Brandon?
I do. But I get what you're saying. When it's high people shopping, that's when the most thefts happen. That's you agree with that, though, right?
And I think a person this ain't go say I could go in Walmart at 12 o'clock and steal high dollar. I think people.
But I've seen it. But as soon as we close, because like I said, I was at Target. As soon as we closing, that's when the weird people try to do weird stuff. Like right when the store is getting ready to close at 10 or 11. Or 9, like that's when people are gonna be like, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah, they go get it, but I bet if y'all store was open at 11 o'clock, those thieves would still be in there at 10 to 9. They ain't coming in there at 11.
Probably not, but like I say, that it's still gonna happen around those hours. Just because our criminals smart, they're not necessarily smartest, but they do want to either steal where it's a bunch of people or it's a small amount of people. Well, that's just what they're gonna try. They're just gonna try. But I do agree with they want to do it where it's high traffic, with a lot of stuff going on. So it's like there's so many people in here. I may be able to sneak something, and they're watching somebody else, so they're not really watching me.
That's that's about the time when I may be stealing.
So for the most part, yeah, that's when people do it. And like we said, most of the time it's makeup, it's swimwear stuff, stuff for the women. So
yeah, Brady know that. See, I don't be in the swimwear, so I don't see it. So I be in the sporting goods and the and the food. So I see t-shirts, batteries, and battery packs.
About the batteries.
I got video on my phone about somebody I can say a person stealing some white t-shirts full of balloons. They bust that bitch out.
Right, I've seen that too. People want to pack a t-shirt. It's homeless people who want that kind of stuff normally, or just want some clothes. But it was a time where batteries was very valuable. Like people didn't want, for some reason, to buy a large pack of AA batteries.
Right, batteries back then was $50 a pack. You know,
was it? Because I
get a pack of 12 double D's. Back in the day,
yeah, they was pretty high,
and everything ran off those type of batteries.
Correct.
I still buy them batteries. What you use for your video games?
AA for the Xbox controller.
Do you got a big pack somewhere?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
See, there you go. See, people buy batteries, you buy them.
Sure. Yeah. You got to buy them in bulk though, because that's the only way it really makes sense. But
yeah, you can give them $15 or something. And you could get maybe $1 a battery or something like that.
And not to get too far off track, but did you know this fact that Kendrick said in this song, he was saying Drake had sex with Lil Wayne's girl while he was in jail? I didn't even know that.
Brandon, why I want to talk about that?
But I'm just saying this goes back to who Drake is. Lil Wayne supposed to be your best friend.
Circle that line.
I'll do it over here. It's right over here.
Okay.
And then underneath it, he said, then you got a tattoo like a bee apologizing, because he did get a tattoo of Lil Wayne. But Lil Wayne brought you in the game, and I think that's a problem that a lot of rappers have. They feel like Drake will be friends with them and then sleep with somebody that they care about. And
did Lil Wayne break him in the game, or Lil Wayne won the contest?
That's a good question.
See, I remember it was a bidding war for Drake.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was a bidding war for Pampoosa.
Papoose. Okay. Yeah, it was. I remember that.
It was a small bidding war for 50 cents.
Uh-huh.
You know? And I remember
that's a long time ago.
It was a bidding war for Drake. And what made the difference is Drake, I believe.
Because where else he was gonna go?
He could have went all the way with Jay
The
Prince.
Bad Boy. Was he ever maybe being signed to Bad Boy? I can't remember. I can't really remember.
I don't know. He in one of his songs he said he stayed at the lobby at Motown. They let him stay out there for 4 hours. Cause ain't nobody want no Canada guy for the Gatsby.
Right.
You
but,
know?
And Lil Wayne took him under his wing. He was like, he told him, you don't have to rap like me. Just rap about the stuff that you live, and you let the drugs and guns, you leave that to me. And Lil Wayne always said Drake is gonna be bigger than me. He said the same thing about Nicki Minaj.
And Drake stepped to that code. I'll listen to some of the songs. Birdman used the hell out of Drake on his
on his album,
on his chorus during that time,
right?
And made Birdman songs sound good,
right?
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about, on the Priceless or the 5-star General or 5-star?
I could be Priceless, but the Birdman was sounding real good. I said, and Wayne come out there, we'll be all right if we put Drake on every
right for sure,
every card, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a bit more, but I think Drake said he liked Lil Wayne flow, because Lil Wayne was on that I'm the best rapper alive stuff.
Right. So do you think they were really friends though?
Probably. You make a lot of money together, you probably be friends.
Yeah.
Well, and, Drake had to soak up. Drake was a sponge. He had to soak up how to be black.
You're right. America. But even though people say he is, but he was from another country with another culture. So yeah, he had to learn some stuff from us, right?
Well, here's the thing. You could say black people may not even have a culture in America. Okay. But Drake definitely at least had one and experienced one.
You're right.
Yeah. And experienced one.
I just didn't think you were going to take that. So, like I said, I'm with you. Like, this is enough. We've done enough. I think Kendrick has proved his point. At this point, they're just making more money for the record companies, right?
Yeah, somebody's getting paid. They may be working together on this one.
They could be. They could possibly. They could be going on tour. I think, for some reason, beef and that kind of stuff, it just gets our attention and we want to talk about it, and it just bring more eyes. Than if you just, being peaceful or talking positive. If Kendrick was rapping positive, you think anybody cared? Like his last album, people didn't really listen to it.
I bought 2 Kendrick albums, his last album and his first album.
Yeah. And I kind of go back to it. He makes really good music. It's just not music. It's not club music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's music from a grown, mature point of view. Talking about, real topics. I think on that album he was talking about how he had sex with a white girl and just, stuff he's going through with his relationships and stuff. Kind of similar to Jay-Z's 444 album.
Is he still having sex with a white girl? You gotta say it.
Right, we don't know, but
Yeah. But I do see a slightly bit of afro in her long hair. He got some afro up in there, so.
But are you fine with him not attacking, but just bringing up Drake for being a certain way, even though his fiance is similar?
Nah, it's all, but it's nothing wrong who you are. You just gotta be yourself. And Drake is not being himself. That's all.
Right. And I think even Drake knows that though.
Yeah, but now it's too late. You creating a monster.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what this is. I think a lot of people want to see Drake humbled a little bit because, he's winning, he's successful, whatever he does works. And I think people see that he's used a lot of people. Like I've seen Drake stand by a lot of people. Even Sexy Red. Sexy Red is gonna be the same way. In a minute, Sexy Red not gonna be able to call Drake or get a Drake feature.
Ain't they found all those slave ships? Huh?
Talking about British people.
Okay. The British slave ships, they found them. The Portugal slave ships, they found them. The Spanish slave ships, they found them. Yeah, it's cool to be friends with everybody. Everybody gonna be paying.
Fair enough.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and that's it. So, do you think Drake is gonna try to come back with another song? And
I can't tell you, Brandon. Once I start I saw the game they were running. I ain't listening to more of that stuff.
I got you. So that's your advice to most people. You can follow it as a fan of rap. Like I was excited listening to some of the songs, but at the end of the day, like we have to get in a position where we're making a difference in our communities. We're not killing each other. We're working together.
See, Brandon thinking generations ahead. We got to get a condition. We make the best decision for your damn family, not your community.
I got you. But I guess we should already automatically be doing that. But you're right. We're not even doing that.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, we're not even
we
doing
talked
that.
about how many single parents you got here. Is that the best be raised in America with a single parent?
Mm-mm.
And what's going on these days? People love to get that thing put on them, so they be single, but they still giving a thing put on them.
Yeah, I guess promoting family more, and not all this other behavior, unexcused behavior. I don't know. That's hard to I don't know if we ever gonna get to a point where that's not the main focus, because
you saw the lady get hit with head with the boulder ball, Brandon.
Yes, I did. What was that? What city was that in?
I don't know. Shit, that is I don't know what city, but it looked like Houston to me. Not Atlanta. But yeah,
that's what I was thinking. It was like some Atlanta stuff. and it was multiple people getting hit with bowling balls. It's bowling ball heavy. Yes, it is. I think somebody got hit in the chest with a bowling ball. So
no, somebody got hit in the head.
In the head, yeah.
And drop instantly. Hit the head on the table. Hit the head like this and drop. Brandon, you see it?
Yes, that's what's going on in our community. Yeah, I couldn't remember if the person got knocked out with it, but multiple people got
and dropped to the ground and zoop, and hit the head on the table.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you want to get hit in the head with a damn bowling ball.
No, you don't.
Shit, I'm about to sleep it down, Brandon.
That's okay. What else been going on? Did you watch any playoffs?
LeBron James got beat.
Was that a good game? It was a good game to me, but it's just
what's gonna be the next LeBron move? He's staying with the Lakers, or
he's gonna have to stay. He's gonna have to stay with the Lakers.
Where they go draft his son?
They may draft his son. They may be pressured into drafting his son, which is, I don't think that's a good move, but that's what he want to do. Because his son got heart issues. His son, it's your son. Do you think you want to be in the locker room, having locker room banter, and your son in the locker room with you? People can't even be themselves. Go ahead.
According to Brandon logic 2 years ago, yes. I'm trying to build a business so I can hand it when my daughter get older. She can work in here, and she'll have to work. It's the same thing, Brandon.
It's a little different. That's totally different. But you think I envision myself in there working all the time with my daughter? No, that's something you give to them, train them how to do it, and you step away. I can see LeBron being a GM.
LeBron was stepping away. He'll be on the bench.
No, that's not what he wants. LeBron want to play. He want to pass the ball to his son. They're like James to James, back to James, alley-oop. That's what they want to do. They want to do stuff like that. Like when he was playing with Wade, they want to do that, some alley-oops and just having fun. But that's not what it's gonna be. Because LeBron's not running up and down the court like that.
Yeah, you're right. That is what he want to do like that. He'll be so. Oh, look at this. Yeah,
he might actually play a little hard if his son was out there. Do you think his son could hold him accountable? Because LeBron, he'll let somebody blow by him and he'll look back. He'll be like, "What y'all doing back there?" But if it's
Brandon, 40 years old, you talking about the band guard somebody 3-point line?
Well, you still in the game?
You're supposed to let him blow by you just a little bit.
Okay, but you can't be throwing your hands up doing that, thinking your team is gonna carry you. You need to be like, look, well, I take that back. If I see LeBron guard somebody, I already know that person going to the hole. They're gonna blow right past LeBron. So I guess you can't. What
you think they blowing past LeBron like that, Brandon?
Yes. If it's Murray, yeah, he going right past LeBron, and he did that sometime. Who else? Caldwell Pope going right past LeBron. and it's AD's job to clean up or contest the shot when he comes to the hole.
And LeBron's job to pick up the deflect off the man on the side because AD got to pick up.
Yeah, and we can't say AD didn't step up because he definitely stepped up that
good.
series.
He played good.
It's just they just don't have enough. They ain't got no bench, and the Nuggets were a really good team. The Lakers actually led most of the way, but they couldn't close them out. And now it's the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are up on the Nuggets one game. Edwards is playing really good. I guess he's trying to transcend into a superstar.
Here's the thing, I was watching how he's dribbled. Ain't nobody making fun of his game. He played game like it's 1990s.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't it look like that? Yeah, it look like that to me too.
And people say they ain't saying shit. You see what I'm saying? It don't make no difference.
So when you say that, what do you mean? Like he's dribbling? Like it's not like
it's like the 1990s.
Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong. You just playing the score, put the ball in the hoop.
Right.
Yeah, no extra.
Right, no pizzazz. Right, like what's it called? James Harden play, and people say, was James Harden gonna have a good playoffs, or did he turn into the old James Harden? He turned into the old James Harden. And we kind of.
What you mean? How James Harden play?
James Harden, he used to like to dribble a lot.
Yes, pizzazz. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, yeah, he'll do that no more.
But right, he tries to. But I think people still want to hold on to James Harden being that star player because he can score a lot of points during the regular season.
He can
score, Is he done? Is he done? Because we've said that. You said that too. Like Russell Westbrook, he's done. James Harden, he's done.
Kawhi Leonard. I ain't never said Russell Westbrook was done.
Once I'm in the play, as far as carrying a team deep in the playoffs,
he could have carried the team before.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I think people still hope, because they thought the Clippers were maybe able to do something in the playoffs.
Brandon, the players got old, man.
But I think people still holding on to it because we got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George.
Damn, Paul George. Paul George is old, man.
Is he old?
When last time he was balling? 2012.
Well, when LeBron was playing for the Heat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
but like I said, I think people still holding on to that. They're like, we got Paul George. I wonder how long. Let me look that up real quick because Paul George has been in the league. He had that injury and that kind of messed him up a little bit too. But
yeah, man. But Anthony,
he's 34. Paul George is 34 years old.
So he born 1990.
Yeah, 1990. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah, they ain't the same Paul George you got now.
No, but I think he think he the GOAT too. I think he said he's one of the GOATs. So some people he's a GOAT. Even though he had won a championship
for one season, he rose up to the level of LeBron James for one season.
Right,
and they making everything off that.
And they had a really good team. Remember, they had Lance Stevenson, they had Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert. They had a really solid team.
In 2012, 12 years ago.
Which is crazy. But like I say, he's still trying to ball with some of these young players. And your body, you're just not going to be as quick as you used to be.
Broke his lower fibula bone. Fibula? Fuck his fibula in two.
All right,
but
it's Paul George. He's a superstar.
No. He went with that one series head little LeBron, and that was it.
Right, but I think with the NBA, it's always fun to kind of put these teams together. Remember, they said we got Shaq, we got Karl Malone, we got Gary Payton, we got all these old players.
I was thinking about that, and I said they hate on LeBron James. But Kobe Bryant and Shaq did the same thing. It's like in 2004 or something.
Yeah, for sure. And even before that, Kobe had Andrew Bynum and Paul Gasol playing at the same time. Like that's a hard team to beat. I can't remember if they had Ron Artest, but they had a lot of role players too. Like that's a great team.
And they did have Ron Artest. Team season players.
But you know how long ago that was? Like we kind of remember it like it was yesterday, but man, that's a long time ago. I think when that Lakers team was formed, I was working in a hospital in Columbia, South Carolina. That's a long time ago.
You say you was working in the hospital?
Yeah.
And they don't trash Kobe Bryant.
No,
look at us.
Because people tend to Kareem Rush,
Horace Grant,
Grant.
Karl Malone,
yeah,
Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton.
Yeah. Kareem Rush was supposed to be good too. Luke Walton, who a coach now. Well, is he still coaching? I think he out of the league,
but yeah, and this was a super team.
That was a super team, and they lost to the
Pistons. Against the Pistons, I believe.
Right,
yeah. And then Paul Pierce was on the internet today. Oh, not today, but this week on Undisputed, talking about super teams. He formed a super team against LeBron.
He did. How do you like that show though? I kind of like it with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is a really good, I guess, broadcast. I say broadcast. He's kind of funny. He's a little edgy. He's not Shannon, but he does make me want to watch Undisputed a little more.
Brandon, when the fries get cold,
here we go.
You still got to throw them out.
No, you can heat them up in the microwave. They ain't gonna be good. Or you can put them in the air fryer.
Yeah, man, that's a pro
put some more salt on them.
They put a hot fry on there, and he's cooling down. The show's still cooling down.
All right.
So you got hey, Shannon blowing up.
Yeah, for sure.
I bet he may be doing
he's doing some crazy numbers for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's got Ocho Cinco. Does he have Gilbert Arenas full time, or is he just kind of on there sometimes?
I think he got that for basketball.
Okay. But yeah, and just listening to I can't remember what exactly it was probably on Nightcap, but Shannon was just talking about him owning stuff and him expanding with his people. And he said he know what to do. He has the talent. He just gotta keep working, keep expanding, and just be the best. And he's doing that. And it's good to see. It's refreshing to see, especially when he was with Skip and trying to do his best. He was professional. He was talked down to. People were calling him all kind of names. They said he should have snapped on Skip.
And we told him he shouldn't have done that, right?
Yeah,
and look what happened.
Right.
Look, we got down. He blew up. Now look at the beauty.
Oh, we got Gilbert in there. Yeah, that's crazy.
$300 million.
Right.
And Brushes, Brandon, when did they start?
Whew, that's crazy.
You see what I mean?
That's crazy. Right. And he's not just doing sports. He's doing entertainment. People want to come to his show, sit down on the couch and get toxic and try to say they, diagnosing themselves with certain disorders. So it's only gonna get better from here. He's only gonna get more people, and I'm rooting for him too, Bubba Dub. He's funny. He's getting better at what he does, trying to hold a show down by himself. So,
well, he got help. He signed. It's like Shannon Sharp. They signed on to the man.
Is that well? I don't want to call him a colonizer, but is that?
Yeah. What you think that is, Bernie?
Is there so who can we go to? What is the other option? Is there no option?
Brandon, with Drake may have the golden ticket. So when he talked to them people, they recognize his golden ticket by, I guess, his religion and his connections.
Yeah, right.
This other guy, he may have the golden ticket too. I'm not for sure. But he don't have the golden ticket. He still got a ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
Shannon Sharp, he don't got no ticket, even though he's a talent and the labor.
Yeah, but you think Shannon's working towards being that outlet for us to go to? You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea.
Do you think the powers that be are going to try to block him from being like a gatekeeper of sort?
I think if Shannon was 20 years younger, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But Shannon in this age, probably not.
Yeah, how old is Shannon? I wonder how old Shannon is.
In his 50s.
In his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing for somebody to be that old, working that hard. I wonder
he works a lot. I don't
does
know
he have a studio in his home? You think he's got a studio?
Yeah,
or
of course. Audience, he gotta write off something. So studio in the home, the whole house getting right off.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's just imagine the budget for Undisputed, because they're not working from home. They in a studio with like a whole camera crew and everything. I'm not saying Shannon doesn't have that, but his overhead is going to be less than Undisputed.
Look at the views. See, somebody came to Shannon Sharp and hooked him up because
we talked about that. We talked about that.
Yeah, he didn't do shorts. I was doing the shorts.
Right.
But look at the team now.
Right.
And look what they're using. CapCut. CapCut. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's CapCut right there, right, brother?
Yeah.
That's
That ain't no $100,000 software. That's some software that costs $10 a month, probably. So.
And Shannon Sharp told Ocho Cinco probably about last year, you need to upgrade your camera, dog.
Yep.
And you can see the difference between a good
if you
camera.
Go back.
Yeah, if you go back and look at like the older
I remember
videos,
the first couple episodes they had. There it is. Like you had it on that other one, that Dallas one.
Well, no, I want to get one where they in the.
That's pretty old. Well,
okay, hold on. Look at that. That's how they started off.
Yeah, what year was it? Look what year.
7 months ago.
7 months ago. That's crazy, though.
Look, you see it? This idea, Shannon was sleeping and woke up, and he said, "Who can I work with?" So he interviewed Ocho Cinco several years ago on his channel, and he pitched a deal to, "Hey, do you want to come and it's basically work for him? But you want to come and work for me and this and that?" He said, "It's fine with it," and there you go.
Yeah, and they click really well. So I'm glad they're working out, and it's just making it harder for ESPN to kind of offset that, because the more we watch those kind of shows, the Nightcap and just him in general, the less you pay attention to some of those other outlets like ESPN or Undisputed.
Well, I can say he may be doing numbers better than
for
now.
Sure.
Look, this 3 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My internet connection didn't drop. That's the quality of the video.
Right. And so he got the ring light in his glasses. So, he's sharpened up a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can still kind of see it sometimes, but for the most part, it's a clean, perfect, product.
And look at this. This video only got 23,000 views. See, he do that on every view now.
Right.
First day. Actually do like an hour he'll do that.
Right.
But look at the oldest. So guys, don't give up.
Right.
Look at this. Look at this. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Yeah.
3 years ago. Granted, we've done this for 2 years.
Correct. And like I said, we've had a lot of success, and we still at it. We're looking at numbers, but we're just trying to give you guys a better product. We're trying to get better, trying to be, as long as you're consistent and you're yourself, that's all you got to be, and show up. Like, people will find you. And I think we had a little block because we were doing really well at one point, and then we had that monetization issue, and it kind of slowed things down. But
Shannon must took off time. He was booped up. He must took all our viewers over his side.
Well, like I said, that's gonna flip back at some point, but that's crazy.
Yep, he's doing good now. See, he started us in 2020. Yeah, he on it. He's a worker.
Okay.
He's got a good mindset. Y'all making fun of Shannon Sharp. He wearing a purse, but he can eat any food he wants to eat for the rest of his life, and you can't. Huh? He can eat crab legs every single night. I want 10 pounds of crab legs every single. Brandon, can you eat 10 pounds of crab legs every night? No,
every
day?
Never. No, I can't. I'm gonna run out of money eventually. So.
Yeah,
Or I'm
everything
gonna
for
get banned
next
from my
10
grocery
years.
store.
You know, so
Right.
he's doing something right. Shit, I
Right.
can't eat no damn crab legs. I eat beans every single night. I can eat beans and rice.
Lois, you remember when people used to write checks at the grocery store?
Yeah, I
People
remember
don't.
that.
People don't even remember that. And if you write bad checks, you could go to jail because.
See, and watch this. And then technology, when me and Brandon started getting like debit cards,
Uh-huh.
then if you write a check, they'll scan the check right then.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, but
That's right.
this no good. We don't want this. Come on, new funds.
Right, they'll feed the check through the thing real quick or do something, and then they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Nah, this ain't good." But before,
IOUs, every check was an IOU. It may
Right.
be there, it may
and
not.
people write it in their little checkbook. They're like, "All right, I spent $400 at the grocery store today. I need to subtract it to make sure I got enough." And that's how people used to keep up with money. Because you
Right.
couldn't go on the internet and see, you couldn't pull up how much money you had in your bank account, or you had to call them on the phone.
Yeah. No, see, that was technology back then.
Right.
When you got the phone call, see, this thing come out to the 90s.
Right. And people don't even remember that. Same with sports. Like, I remember having to check the sports paper to try to see the stats on baseball games or basketball games. Like, you couldn't just wake up and look at your phone and see who won the game. You have to go looking for that newspaper and kind of open it up and kind of go through it.
Correct. What Brandon talking about, like on the playoffs, I'll wake up, I won't watch it. I'll go to sleep like third quarter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Time I get up, I'll look up the score. Back in the day, nah, you couldn't do that.
Right.
Even 20 years ago, it was you had to have cable service or go to your boot up a desktop computer.
Right. It's just a different time. So like we've seen a lot of growth as far as media and just sports in general. So like we know what we're talking about. Like we've seen a lot of things come to fruition as far as Drake, as far as Russell Westbrook, Greek Freak. Like people may not agree with our takes at the moment, but a lot of stuff we say it's gonna make sense later. And that's one of the things I like about our show and how me and you we're typically on the same page as far as stuff. So that's just one of the things. Like, people may not agree with the Deion Sanders thing we were talking about, like how we were saying the college football is about to change and Nick Saban may be leaving, Coach K may be leaving, because it's getting too hard for them to run that old school, that old I don't want to say old boy plantation style thing, but it's just times are changing and players having more power. So the things that worked in the past, they're not going to work anymore, or not going to be as efficient. And if he doesn't win a championship, Nick Saban may see that as a failure and it might be hurting his legacy.
Brandon, we about to go pretty soon, but
okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
But just before we leave, guys, don't act like they do have black people in America living like the Bible's supposed to have us live.
Okay.
And this is this one video of the group, and not black people, all people. It's a community.
Yeah.
Take right here, they about to butcher some chickens.
Yeah.
It's a community. Everybody pinch in. Everybody got a job. You honor the Sabbath. You do all the stuff. So
it's more efficient. It's more efficient doing things this way.
Yes. You see, it's a whole community. All these people live on like a I don't want to say
farmland. This farmland.
Yeah, like a homestead.
Homestead. Okay.
And you see the one, Brandon, do these women look ugly?
No.
Do they look like women? Look at that.
Yeah, they look women.
Hold on. Let me pause this. Young ladies. God gave y'all a certain attributes that no matter what you wear, your beauty will still come out.
Right. And we're gonna love you. We're naturally gonna love you.
This lady got a scarf on, a dress. Brandon, don't she look like a natural, beautiful woman?
Yeah. And our instincts are gonna kick in, and we're gonna see that. You're gonna see them I'm not saying that this is what men are attracted, but she's making food, she's preparing the food, she's taking care of families. Something inside of us is going to appreciate that naturally.
Well, I'm just saying you could be fully clothed, your beauty
For
will
sure.
still outshine your clothes.
Well, that too, for sure.
You don't have to show anything, you know.
So what made the switch to now what we have today?
Well, most people don't want to live like this. Who want to live? You gotta grow. You got a job to do. Grow your own food and go to church
and
have a family,
and not stress out and not have
no city stress. You just work garden. Brandon, you got to go out there garden today, Brandon. We need to get them pole pins out.
Or we have to build a structure, and just
okay,
like
that. See, I said it wrong. Most of the usually. See, look at this young like now. Come on now, Brandon. Fully clothed, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Is she still a woman?
Yeah.
Is she still you like? Oh, this is
pleasant.
A lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Fully clothed, young lady in the back, fully clothed. But yeah, Brandon is right. Usually the women tend to the gardens. The man do those structures. You see them houses in the back.
Yeah.
The man do those structures. But Brandon, you ever seen anything like this?
Not recently.
This is in Tennessee.
Oh yeah. Mm.
And this is like current.
Yeah. I only seen or heard about like the cult side of this when people do stuff like this. Yeah, can this work? Yeah, for sure.
Now, Brandon, you can't. Now you go here. You can have like a beer. You can't be getting drunk. You can't be doing. I'm about to fuck some 5 hoes. I about to have 2. He a teacher. He got several wives. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But you gotta pay for them girls.
And you have to conduct yourself a certain way.
Yeah,
because little kids are watching, and a lot of people are observing what's going on.
And you see all colors, all races.
Yeah.
Living like how the Bible's supposed to live like. Working as a community. So imagine when they cook with the individual families cook this food at the house. Imagine how to go taste.
It's gonna taste different.
We done all this. We grew all this. This is Butcher's Day. Everybody's pitching in.
Yeah, and everybody's learning. You're learning techniques, and that's something that's been missing. Like people aren't passing down that kind of stuff.
Real.
Because can I process a chicken a little bit? Yeah, a little bit, but not like this. Nobody. I've never done a whole chicken or seen anybody do a whole chicken.
Because ain't you? That's not your job. You rely on Food Lion, the Germans.
Right. You said the Germans.
That's Food Lion, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. It is. So.
Well, go ahead. The only reason I know about how to break down a fish is from my uncle that you've met, because his father passed it down to him.
Yep.
So, like I said, I didn't have my father, but I still had my mom's brother and my grandfather to show me things. Like we talked about, you may not have a father, but you still have another man in your life that can be over you and show you stuff.
Now, Brandon, if you was struggling for money, that whole split breast right here, you can make a lot of meals out of that.
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
If you do it right.
Right.
Boil that thing or simmer that thing with some potatoes or some kind of
you can make pasta. A lot of different.
Right. You can stretch it out.
Right. And I think that's a good point. And I still want to do a food thing because you can make a lot of meals with a pack of chicken, some beans, pasta, rice, just some simple stuff, and it can be cost efficient and it can go a long way.
Watch this: pasta, milk, and cheese. That's chicken Alfredo all day, fresh.
Right.
Chicken Alfredo all day, and some butter if you.
Or you can go to a restaurant, have to waste time, and then be overpriced.
Here's another one for you, Brandon. She's fully clothed. Do she look like a woman?
Yeah.
Does she look like a pleasant woman?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, look at the one. Here's another one in the back.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I don't know what the mamas be teaching women. Like they forget about how beautiful they are. They teach them how.
Yeah. But that's what I'm asking. Like, what's making people go away from being this type of woman into one that wants to twerk or wants to, be loud and aggressive and just
this
not having
this type of woman has a role. Like
what's wrong with that?
Like the man in her life has a role.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to do that role. Maybe them people don't want them roles.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I guess that's fair, but you can't be out of a role and then think somebody's gonna bring you into a traditional, relationship. Like if you want to be outspoken and argument, I'm not saying this is what women are. I'm just saying if you want to be outspoken, argumentative, you want to live your life the way you want to live it, you can't be mad if somebody doesn't want to partner with you and go through whatever you want to go through.
Well, I won't say outspoken. I say if you want to attract, you are married, you are with somebody, you want to attract more and more male attention.
Mm-hmm.
By any means necessary. That's probably a little difficult. But this is Pastor Dow, a great group. I advise Brendan to join these guys. He speaks on the Bible from a pure Bible aspect. So good stuff. You see what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he doing something. I wish I could do it because they got some cars in the back, some high price cars. Some of them.
I saw one of them. They had an Avalanche, Chevy Avalanche, or something.
Yeah, they doing something. So, but
yeah.
All right, Brad, you want to call it?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out some of our other videos. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You want to say anything before we get on out of here?
Guys, just check us out. Like Brandon said, y'all have a great evening.
Take care. And like I said, I got to figure out what's going on. My camera's on one.